There was a time in my life when I had been so broken down by abusers or the way that sexual abuse had made me feel about my body. So what happens is there's so much shame surrounding sexual abuse. There is the way that the person feels, you feel like you're this big, you feel like nothing, you feel like almost disgusting. You almost feel disgusting. You don't like looking at your own body. The other thing too is when I was using and drinking, I didn't want to look at myself, ever. I never wanted to look at myself because it was, to me it was something hideous. I never looked in the mirror for years. The things I was doing were gross. The way I felt about myself was gross. And remember, if you start your using and your drinking because of a trauma, you've got that trauma, right? I had that childhood trauma. Then I had more trauma. Then when I got into the life, I was constantly traumatized. Like there was always something bad happening to me. And so I just went into this shell where I didn't love myself. I didn't know how to love myself. I didn't know how to love anybody else. So when I got clean and sober, I was free, and I was still very kind of demure, and I was also I got very caught up in that whole you're only a lady if your body's covered. That whole idea, that ridiculous, I hate saying it, rape culture, where oh, if you dress this way, that's why you got raped. You're dressing provocatively, or you're not covering yourself, and that's why people abuse you. People literally have that mentality, and it's fucking disgusting. I eventually started to look at myself again. I started to look at my face again. I was just so ashamed of everything about me. All my features, especially my body. I didn't want anybody touching me. So over time, I began to fall in love with myself again, and I started looking at myself and my face and my features and my body and realizing how beautiful your body is. And I don't have hang-ups about if I choose the time and place. I love modeling. I love choosing to show things that are beautiful about myself because it's my choice. I feel like there are so many people in pain, whatever the reason is, whether it be drug abuse, addiction, sexual abuse, domestic violence, human trafficking, whatever it is. There's a moment of despair where you feel like you will never get out. You feel like no one will believe you or nobody will listen to you, and that the pain and the grief that you're feeling is going to go on forever. I'm here to tell you that that's not the case. Again, there is hope. That feeling you're feeling is going to pass. There is a way out. There's a way to get away from the person who is hurting you. There is a way to get out of being a slave to drugs and alcohol. There is hope, and I'm living proof of it. I don't like saying it like that because it sounds proud, and I don't want to seem that way. But I talk about my experiences bluntly, and I talk about my life directly so that you know and people know that doesn't matter how dark it got for you, it doesn't matter how bloody it got for you, it doesn't matter how fucking disgusting you were living, you can get out, because I was that person with a bleeding split feet, sleeping in pissy mattresses in a shitty basement, getting arrested, getting my ass beat, bloody, getting my face crushed in, getting my tailbone cracked, living that life and not ever seeing any end to it. And now I go to sleep at night. I sleep all night. I wake up peaceful. No one's allowed to hurt me. I want to say that if someone's hurting you or if you're in some kind of turmoil, there is a way out. And I would say reach out to me, reach out to the show, somebody, even if it's somebody that you don't know, talk to somebody, tell somebody, always speak up, always speak up, always speak out. It doesn't matter if you tell one person and that person doesn't believe you, tell another person, keep talking, even if it's little by little, eventually you're gonna be able to get out, you're gonna be able to get help. And not only are you gonna be able to survive any kind of hell that you're in, or any hell that you've lived, but you can come out on the other side shining. You can be amazing. You can be more than what you have lived. I don't live in an angry state constantly. I think because I talk with a lot of people, and I do speaking, and I'm exposed to a lot of the disgusting things that people do to each other. It triggers me to feel angry about the things that they have to go through at someone else's hand. And it's every day, like I see it every day, Facebook, Instagram, you know, TV. I absolutely get angry because I'm not okay with people treating other people like shit. And I feel like somehow it has become my job, and whether I've made it my job or whether it is what's meant to be, if I see you hurting somebody or taking advantage of somebody, I'm on your ass. I do get angry, and that's my personality. I'm a little aggressive, but it's just the way I am, because there was a time when I couldn't talk for myself and I couldn't speak for myself. And I sat in a corner cowering, getting my ass beat on a daily basis, getting my ass beat bloody. So you better believe I'm gonna be forward, and if it comes across as angry, it's okay. Because if, like I keep saying, if it's helping someone get out of a situation and that can better their life or better their quality of life or save their life, I'm okay with that.